Let's get busy.
Live from the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's time for Shooting Stars with your hosts Kevin Hale and Greg Unthank.
What is up, everyone? Kevin Hale up in this house alongside my buddy Greg Unthank on this Tuesday night, March 14th, 2017. It's the latest and greatest Shooting from the Lip live via Blog Talk Radio. Greg Unthank, what is up, man?
Not a whole lot, man. Just chilling out, up in this house.
Chilling like a villain?
Chilling like a villain up in my house, yeah.
Are you ready for some hoops action this week?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't get all crazy about it. I don't fill out a bracket anymore just because,
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. But I'm excited. To watch the games. I figured that Louisville and Kentucky will win both their first games for sure, and we'll go from there, man. See how it goes. It's always fun watching. They're all exciting.
Yeah, on my, what's today, Tuesday? Last night, I had Kendrick Haskins from Wave 3 Sports on, and we talked, upcoming games. And we talked about how, like Kentucky, their first opponent is Northern Kentucky, and how the NCAA, basically, makes these games happen in the first, second round, and Kentucky's road, man, they got, aside from Northern Kentucky, potentially, Wichita State's good, but Wichita State, Dayton, North Carolina, UCLA's in their bracket.
UCLA, yeah. They got toughest road, it looks like, but
They do.
And then
Kentucky,
their claim is to be one of the best. So it's time to step up and put that where your mouth is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Put up or shut up.
It does we're both Kentucky fans. As Kentucky fans, does Calipari, that window thing a little more with the diehard Big Blue Nation? I mean, not for me, because I'm okay with the fact that we always have good teams and we'll compete. But there's those that really diehard nation of fans that are starting to mumble that all this talent, and he's only got one championship, and if we don't, if he can't win anymore, they're going to start losing.
I don't buy into that. I don't. It's really, really hard to get any team to gel enough and to be playing to the potential that they need to be playing at the moment of the tournament to win. It doesn't. You got all these freshmen. Yeah, they're talented, but talent doesn't exceed experience, in my opinion. I think the experience of being at that level, you have to have a lot of luck on your side at that early age, man. At 1 year of playing college, you gotta have a lot of luck involved, no matter how talented you are to be able to win a championship. Like he did a few years back with a young team. He still had a few guys on that team with some experience. Had some few years under their belt. So it's a hard thing to do for anybody to win the championship.
Totally agree. Well, let's while I'm screening our guests for the first segment, Christine Devereaux and Frank Green, I'm gonna let you promote. You got a gig this weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm back at Gerstl's. Yeah, I'm back at Gerstl's with the Spare Change Millionaires fellers, and we'll be doing that thing, and not really a whole lot more going on. Just doing that, and I keep bringing up the OCD, the Blue Funkus recording. We're doing that, and we got a few gigs down the road. We got a private Thunder gig. Actually, it's a pre-Thunder over Louisville gig, private party. We're looking forward to, and it's really about it, buddy. Of course, I played with Brian Fox a couple of weeks ago at Gerstle's, and I think we've scheduled a few more gigs the next few months at Gerstle's. So, again, I've said it before. I think I'm going to have a cot set up in a back room at Gerstle's, so I'll be there quite a bit. Not as much as Dev. I think Dev's there about every week.
Dev is there. I'm turning on their mics. We'll start with the lady first, Christine Devereaux. Dev, what's up?
Hey. I was just texting Frank, actually. It's kind of funny.
And Frank Green. Frank, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
Frank. Hi, Frankie.
Hey.
So you guys are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what?
We got the South End in effect tonight.
It is.
Right.
So.
Are you all under the same roof right now?
No. I was
not.
texting him, but we're not under the same roof currently, no.
Did you say you were texting him or sexting him?
Texting him. Don't get excited.
I'm sorry. Usually it's Kevin. I'm sorry. I stepped
Greg,
out of.
I was going to say that's kind of my line, but I like.
I thought it was.
No.
Oh my God.
See, I did. Oh shit.
Oh, Christine,
Here we are.
by the way, wonderful job on the national anthem.
Oh Lord. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
For what?
That's great. I seen it on Facebook, and that's not an easy song to do, is it?
It depends on how high your nerves are. But I usually don't watch videos of myself, and I actually like that one, so I shared it when it came into memory things. And it's fun. It was a really good time. The guy I was singing it for was he had turned 100 years old that day. He was in Pearl Harbor, and it's kind of a cool deal. So I was happy to need to be a part of.
Yeah. Now, Deb, do you know all the words? Did you have to cheat?
No, I knew them, surprisingly.
Okay.
Just surprisingly, I went over it a few times, but there were some brain cells holding on to that, so thankfully.
I've always
Would you
wondered.
think she was would you think she was a commie?
No.
Did you think she was a comic?
Wait a minute.
What do you think she put the words on the back? Did you think she wrote the words on the back of the Constitution? She wrote the words on the back of the Constitution so she could remember it?
It's a popular. It's a patriotic song. But if it's so popular, if it's popular, Frank, is it on your iPod right now?
I don't have any music on my phone.
Okay. Well then.
I don't carry any music.
He still burns CDs, which is okay. I'm not faulting him for it.
I still do too.
It's easier to practice.
Well, why you bring up the national anthem? I always wonder, since you sang the song, can you tell me what is a rampart?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
Frank will know. Look, Frank will know why.
I know Frank will. Wait a minute. I didn't ask Frank. I asked Deb. But Frank, since she doesn't know,
when I don't know the answer, I ask him when I don't know the answer. I ask him. He's got me at least. He knows more than I do.
He's got you covered. He is a smart guy. Frank, what is a rampart? What is a rampart?
It's like a part of a castle.
I couldn't do it.
For real?
I mean, it's just
See,
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Are you serious? I don't know if he's being serious. Are you really? Is it really perfect?
No, I'm
serious.
Sure he probably is being serious.
Look it up.
Well, of course.
I
can Google
what a rampart is.
Yeah, it is. It's like the wall. It's like the wall or the surrounding of a castle. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, well then.
All right, everybody back up off of me. Just back up off of me.
Yeah, get off.
God,
get off the South End, Frank. Get off the South End, Frank.
Does that win me some street cred? I get street cred for that answer now, don't
I? You do.
Well, yeah.
Well, tell us. Let's go with. Hold on. Let's go with Dev because, as Greg mentioned, you're at Gerstle's routinely. What is your routine?
Well, usually we're taking a break from that for a while, but yeah, we're doing we do our place as usual. But Kevin and I have got a bunch of dates coming up with Devereaux and ADA. Bistro 42, of course, with Judy Huebner and who are awesome, and then ADA, which we love, it's on top of the Hilton, and the people there are great, and it's a really killer atmosphere. People enjoy playing there. So and other stuff, but not yet.
I think those are gigs. If you had 4 or 5 of those gigs a week, you'd be in heaven. Like 8 up and 42. Those are great gigs.
Oh, God, yeah. That'd be amazing. It's just so hard to, Kevin's off your rock star. I'm teasing. I would think there are going to be more downtown to come shortly. Like I used to get Merlots every weekend, and I think that's about to resurface. So which is nice. We're talking to each other about that now. So I don't know about it. Ask Frank. Go to him.
Yeah, Frank.
That's all I got.
I don't know.
Hijack the show, Frank.
I'm all tired of getting all this on here. That's what it is. His fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My fault.
What's your story these days, Frank?
My story?
Yes.
I'm not really doing a lot. I'm not gigging. I'm just working a full-time job. I'm a project manager at a company called IED. But I've got all kinds of personal time. There's nothing that I really want to do at the moment. Musically, I mean, I played a couple of gigs in the past couple of months, and that's really about it. I'm really not aching to get out and play a bunch again. I'm trying to record a bunch of music, and that's going really slow, but it's kind of what I'm focusing my head on. Just doing something for me and not really intending to release it. I don't think, but I'm just doing the recordings for me, and I'm going to have people that I know and all kinds of different drummers and different guitar players and bass players play on it. So something you swallow something going down funny there? What was that? Is that a lozenge?
He's a swallower.
No, I was.
I didn't say that.
You know, I asked it, but you answered the question before I got a chance to ask it. If you missed it, you know, because I have slowed down quite a bit in my playing, and quite honestly, man, I enjoy the free time. You know, the wife and I actually went to a movie on a Saturday night. You know, that was so
That's
unreal.
great.
It's like, wow,
Yeah,
it's Saturday.
we've been doing that lately, and it's nice. We've actually.
You couples give me a cavity with all that sweetness.
And Greg, you were talking about, you know, not working as much. Back in the day, in the mid '90s to about 2000, when I was in Whatever Will, we took 2 weekends off a year, and that was New Year's Eve and the week after the fair. And when I stopped playing, I mean, we were playing 175 gigs a year. It's crazy for just a bar band playing covers. But when that stopped, it was like, I am never going to do that again. I just had so much free time. I had a life again, and it's nice to have a life when you gig so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great playing and great performing and playing your instrument. Some guys do it for different reasons. Myself, I do it to play my instrument, and I enjoy playing and making music with other people. I don't care if there's 2 people or 200 out there. I still like to have a good time. But that free time, man, you know, it's really to be cherished. You know,
I agree.
Well, let me throw this at you guys, because you three, you know, musically, talent-wise, you know, great talents, great people, even better people. When you guys play, here as a music fan, I know whenever I see the 3 of you play, you guys are on stage with incredible talent. So we know because of who you guys are, that your equal or your partners, people on stage with you are, you know, just in the same boat as you. So I know from a fan perspective, I'm going to hear some great music. I'm going to see some great playing. And, you know, so from that perspective, you guys can be, per se, picky on your gigs. You know, Greg, Frank, I don't know, Christine, it's a regular thing for you, but, you know, it's... Yeah,
I'm not as picky because the children have to eat, so... I take whatever, and I appreciate all of it. But yeah, I mean, you do get to be pickier when you want to be, and it's really, really nice.
Right.
Those 2 especially.
And you know, there are 3 different kinds of people here on the phone as far as players. We got someone who solely makes her living playing music. And then we have me, who I would call a super dabbler at this point, because I'm not gigging. And Greg, who gigs pretty regularly and probably, you know, supplements pretty well when he wants to. And it's just, you know, there's room for everybody. There's room for, you know, people who, you know, I have a handful of friends and we all know the same people who make a living strictly playing music. It's tough right now, man, but it's cool that it can happen. And it's cool that, you know, we can all kind of get in where we want to get in and still stay active and play good gigs and hang with good people and play with great people. Because if we didn't play with great people, it really is not worth playing.
It's not
I hate to be a jerk, but I mean,
no,
you're right, though.
we all got to play with each other not too long ago. The three of us did. That was one of the easiest, most wonderful. I mean, we had to really practice a little one, and we got together. Yeah. There was no, there's no drama, there's no ego, there's none of. I mean, we all have ego because we wouldn't be able to get on stage if we didn't. But there's no anything that's negative. It was all positive. And it's like, hey, let's get up here and play, for the casino and cool and make some money and everybody smiling and go home. Cool. I mean, that's awesome that we get to do that. It's just. Yeah, and it's kind of effortless comparatively, to working with a lot of different things.
That's a good.
And you
that's
said
one of my
word is smiling, man. Sorry.
Right. That's one of my next questions. Is Greg? Not a few weeks ago, I got to at Gerstle's watch you, Screaming John, Fox, McCreary, Chip Adams. I mean, and you guys, you said the last time that group played was like at Kev Fest. So, and you guys got on, and to me, it was pretty damn flawless. And that's how much of a sense of appreciation that you have when you know that you can just get on stage and every one of the cats in the, on stage with you is gonna hit it, gonna nail their part. I mean,
man, as a singer, you don't have to worry. It's beautiful.
Yeah, right.
And I hate to hurry up and interject, but I mean, I have to.
You're right.
For me,
That's
they make
where
my
I'm
job
at,
so fucking easy. It's ridiculous. When you can get up and you know that you can sing whatever song it is. It doesn't matter if they even know it all the way. They're going to be right there. That's just, you can ask Frank because he hears my venting sometimes, even though I'm always appreciative. It's like there are gigs that are a lot harder than others because you don't always have that. So when you do have that, which is most of the time in the scene, thankfully, it's like, holy crap. And it's the biggest, it's such a trust, it's such a trust that you have to have with each other, but it's for it to already be built in. It's just nuts. It's really, really cool.
Yeah. And you're right. And I made the point last week, I believe, Kevin, that, it's one thing being able, having a reputation of being a good musician, let's say. It's not all about having the fancy licks, being the hot lickster, the hot drummer, do all the fancy stuff. It's about being able to follow the guys you're playing with. As long as you're all together and you can read each other, as long as you're together, things go smooth. But if you got guys that's not paying attention and going their own way and you don't know where they're going next, you can't follow each other, it can turn into quite a train wreck. So that's the key.
Absolutely. You have the 5 best guys in the world on stage, and if they don't mesh right, or if they're not, they're not in the right mindset, not in that good vibe, and it's just absolutely going to train wreck every time.
If each one of them want to show off at the same time, then it's going nowhere.
Right.
So basically what you're saying, if 4 of them, were non-Trump people, then there's the one Trump person. That just fucks everything up, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Good Lord.
Unthank.
No, I'm not even in
It's like
that.
a turn to punch bowl. It's like a turn to punch bowl.
I'm not even in that.
Now, I got it. No, and I have to, because music. We talk music, and I want to digress just a little bit because I'm a Frank Green Facebook fan. Because
God, sorry.
And he had. I literally laughed out loud. He had a post. One of the big picks tonight was. Rachel Maddow on MSNBC. MSNBC got a hold of Trump's 2000 returns. It was going to talk about it on her show. And then Trump, the White House released, did a press release and basically was saying, well, this is what's going to happen. Frank, you had the greatest post to offset with, what was it you said?
Do you want me to say it? I said,
yes.
Why didn't they say we found 2010 releases?
Exactly.
It's like, dumbass. Are you kidding me? Say you got last year. Force it down in. And she just fucking beefed it. God damn it, she beefed it. And I was going back and forth with my Facebook friend Larry Ferguson earlier, and we were just like, oh my god. Yeah, I mean, everybody's not on the same.
Too. Yeah.
I love Larry. I mean, everybody's not on the same page, but it's like, oh come on, they came so close to getting him to release a good one, and they just said,
no,
10 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
He just screwed it. It was terrible. It was like my point was somebody made a reference about it being like Geraldo, and opening out the ball, and it was really funny. And I just sat there and laughed at it. I was like, no, that's a good comparison because there really wasn't anything on the damn show to show anything. I don't care about his tax returns. Show me what the person who did his tax returns was looking at. That's what everybody cares about. He can make all the money he wants. Good for him. You know what I mean? It's America. Make all the money you want. But you gotta
need the audit, not the
follow where
return.
the
The
money.
return can show anything. The return can show anything. You need the audit. You need everything that's behind it, or else it's not going to mean shit. Anybody can put the numbers on paper. I do people's taxes all the time. You can put whatever you want down. It doesn't mean it's actually true. You need to step behind it. That's just my 2 cents. I told myself when you started that segment that I wasn't going to go into it. So I was like, nope.
No, I gave Greg a heads up. I was going to take a curveball tonight. Yeah, because of just how Frank operates on his Facebook, which again, I'm a fan.
That's a fucking trip.
But that really wasn't much. I mean, that really wasn't much of a curveball. I mean, they didn't show anything. Greg's all good.
Nah.
Greg's not a meathead. He's not one of those dudes.
Greg's a Trump fan, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's okay. I voted for him for a certain reason.
I'm so fucking.
But I'm not a huge. My ass don't get chapped over political stuff.
I don't either. I'll post stuff, but I don't. Those people will get on my stuff and they'll be like, "You Hillary fan, blah blah blah." I'm like, I didn't say shit about Hillary. They'll be like, "You blah blah blah." I'm like, look, I don't get on your page and say mean shit. Just you like your guy and I'll like mine, and we'll just start.
All right.
The only thing that I have to say about it is I can't believe we ended up with those two to choose from.
Right.
Honestly.
Greg, I've got a question for you. Greg, what? I got a question for you. And you said that politics doesn't chap your ass. What does chap your ass?
Yeah. Curious minds.
Is it the Eagles?
The Eagles?
Do the Eagles chap your ass? Do Cowboy fans?
Cowboys fans. They do. You nailed that one.
Oh God, I hate Cowboys fans.
And Kevin is a Cowboys fan.
I am.
Oh my God, say no more. I'm hanging up.
Kevin.
No, let's get all right. We're digressing. No more sports or politics. That's for
we are
Frank.
Politics and sports. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Frank, I invite you to hang out with us on a Monday night because we devote a full segment to politics, and it's so over the top.
I'm terrible.
I know, and I'm not going to listen to
all right.
I don't need a heart attack.
I'm just messing with you. This is just like a gig. I was just telling Sam Himes is here, and we're actually getting ready to rehearse. He's going to be filling in for Kevin a bunch in the next few months, and I'm sitting here telling him while I have you guys on speakerphone, I'm like, it's just like being at fucking gig. I can be a part of the conversation for like some of it, but then the rest of it is just a fucking locker room, and I can have a whole nother conversation. They wouldn't know it. Do you know what I mean? Like as you guys were talking about football and this and whatnot. So sorry.
I'm sorry. Did you say something, Christine? I'm sorry.
You didn't say that, you dick.
All this feminism is
making
me hungry.
Nothing new.
Well, let's get back to music. I'm curious to know.
Okay.
We'll start with Dev, then Frank, you jump in. Give us your take on the music. Yeah. Well, you know what?
What was that,
That's a good point.
What was that, honey?
Let's go with Frank first. No, let's go with Frank first.
Just do it with her. No.
All right.
Do it with her first.
Excluding.
God.
Give us your take on the music scene locally.
Oh, fuck. Go to him first. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Well, okay. We got to be way more specific. I'm stoned and have had wine, so we got to be
stoned and have wine. Oh wow.
Yes.
You
we know this. It's not you're not new. Okay. I'm just messing with you.
All of these up and coming musicians.
What up and coming musicians? I'm sorry. That's right. There's three. You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm just general.
Full of it. I'm
she's
fan. I'll shut up.
Yeah. Greg, I'll let you kind of help me phrase the question because we've had some guests on that were basically kind of new to the music scene that throughout the whole cookie cutter thing with the local music, with I guess I don't know, I guess where I'm getting at is that people who are getting into music or forming these bands, do they really have the right intent? What is the mindset of these musicians these days, because a lot of it to me is so social media driven that they think, oh, I can, all I need to do is, put something
learn a few
on
chords
YouTube,
and go get a gig.
and then put it on a video and get some hits, and then I've got it, But enlighten, the younger generation, if you will, on what it's like to give your pound of flesh to the music thing.
I don't know. Kev. Are you being controversial? Are you trying to be controversial and stir up some stuff?
No, I'm asking. I'm really asking a question. I'm asking a question. I think for the younger people.
What was you gonna say? What was you gonna say, Christine?
Yeah,
nothing. Just, I don't know the young ones, the few that there are. The ones that I've been around, I haven't really met Lauren, but she's Judy Huebner's daughter, so I imagine she's a sweetheart. And, if you're doing solo, usually you have to work just as hard as anybody. You got to carry your own shit. You have to, you have to pay your dues the same if you're actually speaking. But the young ones, they're so few. I don't know. If they are coming into this with the whole, I'm just going to put a video on and I can get a gig wherever and pick up a guitar and play 3 chords and that's how it works. The younger ones are in an age of entitlement. So, I could see that coming with it, but. Honestly, I don't know a lot of them. I wish there were more. I'm thinking of Chase Skinner, who I think is actually 30s, maybe, and then there's Lauren, she's a young one, and Speaker, those two are young, and I can't think of any more that are. I'm usually the baby of the group, and I'm 36, so I. Mm-hmm. Fuck, I don't know.
I think what Kevin is talking about, and I'm just gonna say, I'm not trying to make any enemies or anything like that. He's got the controversy. He's trying to be controversial, but I see a lot of I don't know what you. I think the country music field right now is saturated with the same type of artists. And I think there's a lot of the new younger people coming up that's kind of stuck in that genre and trying to be in that, when to me it's saturated. There's really not a whole lot of originality in the country music field, except for like Jamie Johnson's one of them. Then you got Chris Stapleton and those cats, and they sound like old original country.
Yeah, I can't handle.
But all the other ones are coming up, playing their acoustic guitar, playing the same songs, doing the bro country stuff, and to me that's you learn your 3 chords and go out and play a gig. That's not how I did it. Of course, I don't play guitar, but I think that
Tony McElwain did it.
Yeah. Well, we did it together in the garage for a long time, man. And but I just think that particular genre is kind of saturated, and I'd like to see them branch out a little bit.
I grew up. I learned all this shit differently. I kind of got thrown into it and almost learned as I went. Doing it 5 nights a week, you learn pretty quickly. But at the same time, I didn't have the same. I was playing violin and orchestras and nerdy shit like that. As a kid,
yeah.
But still,
that goes a long way. That was great because there's not a lot of people out there doing that kind of stuff, and getting into this mainstream, And you do it well, Christine.
Oh, you're sweet, thank you. But with the singing stuff, it's like a lot of people think they can come in and know 20 songs and it's gonna work, and you don't have to keep working, and you have to learn new shit, especially on the side when you're us, all the time, and it doesn't work that way. But a lot of them they sing on a mic and the same stuff, and they don't interact, and then they put their stuff and go home. It just doesn't work that way. You have to do the whole thing.
But there is one common factor with all of us, and that's that we're doing it because we love music, And I think that's the common factor, and that's why they got into it, because they love music, and that's why we got into it, because we love music
and chicks.
Do what?
Yeah. Kevin said chicks.
Music for the love of music and chicks. Frank, do you concur?
You say absolutely. For the longest time, it was about the chicks and the money in that order. Yeah. But it's.
Then you learn to appreciate, right?
You just learn to realize, and you just go, oh my God, I'd rather be at home sleeping.
I'd rather be at home posting on Facebook.
Dude, I'm telling you. Honestly, like, I've actually had the last few months off on the weekends for the most part, and it's been, Frank's saying it too. He's like, it's really nice to see you, and it's not 2 or 3 in the morning, where it's like, you don't have to go and on a face somebody 4 hours and chill at home and be like kind of a grown up. Which I mean, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, but it has been nice to be off these last few months and enjoy shit. It's been right.
Yeah.
I don't even like him really. I just all pretend.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't even care.
It's feeling.
I really. I'm brimming with hope.
Is there now, Frank? Is there? I mean, do you feel like you're gonna eventually get the bug where you want to get back and maybe not weekly or something, but some type of a schedule where you are,
yes,
burning up the. Say yes.
No.
You're too talented, man. You got to.
It has nothing to do with it. I just, I really in the last 15 years, my desire to do it really goes in phases. It's like, oh, I got to do it, and then it's like I don't want to do this for any time. I mean, there was a couple of years ago. I sold everything I had except one bass, and I put my bass literally underneath my bed, and it didn't come out for 16 months. I mean, it's like that. I can walk away and I can come back and I can go, okay, I'm excited about this again. It's not like it's not like cheese or hamburger meat. It's not going to go bad if I can pick it up and spend a day practicing. I'm back into shape playing like that. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I
went through a phase like that.
I mean, how long ago was that?
Oh, it was several years ago, but I don't know, man. I'm gonna say at least 6-7 years ago, but I went to where I didn't play a gig for, I don't know, like you said, 16 months, a year and a half, something like that. Didn't play a gig.
Yeah.
And
it
was good. And eventually,
it's good for you.
Eventually, my wife said, you got to get in the band to play gigs because you're such an asshole that you can get into it. Yeah.
Were you married to my wife?
No.
I heard that shit all the time, even when I was playing all the time. Would you get out, you asshole?
Yeah. True love.
Yeah,
man.
Real.
Everybody loves it. Yeah, it's real.
Whew. I'm gonna throw this. I threw this.
Get away from podcasting, dude. Do you ever feel like that you're being weighted down by the microphone, and you feel like you need to get away for a while and quit asking questions?
No, I like asking questions. I like starting shit, and so in some ways, it's through my questions, I indirectly create controversy. Yeah. So Gil, that's what I was going to throw at you, Frank. You've got the gift for gab. I see it on Facebook and social media. Why are you not doing, giving a shot at podcasting? Or, I think you would nail it.
Because I just think there's I don't know if I want to do it. I know what I would do. Probably screw it up real fast. Somehow it would be terrible, and I hate being bad at things. I really do. I don't want to win, but I don't really want to win, but I don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So I'm wishy-washy. I'd be terrible.
It's not a competition, but I'm bad at this every week, and it doesn't bother me.
That's bull. No, you're not. You're not. No, for me right now, it's still I still get a little bit of buzz every Tuesday night with Greg and talking music. I'm meeting new people, so it's all good. And then I get to connect with you guys, on a night where you all are playing, so that adds to it as well. And
right,
I don't know.
right. I think that's great. I mean, I think it's great that you do this and you include, so many, area people and regional people to give them first off just a spot to talk about some of their music and to unwind, but to get other people to listen to it and to expose people to people maybe have never even talked to or have never seen them perform, and it's just great. So congratulations to you for doing that for people.
Thank you. So, here's two. Well, it's not a question. Actually, well, that's a question/statement. I need you to give me a Monday night date that you can join me for the Monday night show, because we love spending 30 minutes talking about what Trump said in the past week, or did, or tweeted, and that makes for good conversation. So that's a side topic. But the question is, I read it. I threw this out at Greg last week because I read this article. Does Louisville need a music museum? And they had an they interviewed someone. This was somewhere online. No, but what I'm getting at is that Louisville does have a lot of music history, and Greg reminded me last week the birthday song originated from Louisville, which I remember hearing that, but something goofy like that, or not goofy. That's not the right word, but seriously, what is your all's take when it comes to the history of Louisville music?
My initial reaction
was
no.
You go ahead.
No?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think we're that important. I don't think that the scene's that. I mean, I do, but I don't know. Frank knows better than I do because I didn't get to be a part of all the cool shit. So I really should have shut the fuck up and ask him. That's true. I mean, I came in when it was starting to end, which we're still in. We're still going through. I mean, it's going to be around for a while, but I'm saying that the peak of it was coming to a close when I came back to Louisville. So he would definitely know better than I do. I don't have much of a positive, probably much of an educated response to that, I say.
Okay, then Dev, stop talking so Frank can answer the question.
Oh my God!
I just said there was a long pause. What's wrong with you? Why are you mean today? Jesus Christ!
Quit being mean to Christine. Quit.
All right,
mean to
all right,
Christine.
all right. Everybody's got to be. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on.
Right.
Everybody's gonna be nice to Christine for the rest of the night. She's had a long day.
All right. Sorry. Much love.
Okay. See, I'm good for something. I can clear out a room real quick.
That's true. Facts are true.
Same question to you then, Frank.
Okay. A museum? No. I don't think that would do anybody any good.
Okay.
But there's so much there's so much music even before, before Greg and I started to play, like in the late 70s, early 80s. There's so much that music that came out of Louisville at kind of when rock and roll started to boom, that so many groups that were around back then. I mean, you could go for an hour and talk about all these bands that were on, people like Wayne Young and Marvin Maxwell and Hardy Martin and Ray Allen and Paul Penny and the guys who were in the Monarchs and the Trendells and all those bands that came out in the 50s and the early 60s.
Go Frank.
I mean,
that's called history.
You could go for
Devereaux.
hours on that. I mean, but you could go for hours talking about these people because it's like this. I mean, because some of these bands played like the Dick Clark Cavalcade of Stars tour, stuff like that. Right. I mean, there's a lot of history and there's a lot of good history. I don't know if you know, Wilson Pickett is buried in Evergreen Cemetery on Dixie Highway.
Yep.
I had no idea.
Man,
Are you serious?
So you don't think that there could be something, a small museum or something that could tell those stories? Someone could go to and tell those stories of those bands and that history and stuff.
I think a musicians union should have something like that. I think that should be part of the musicians union hall. I think that should be part of the scope of the work that they do. They should be not there just to represent you and to get you gigs and to maybe give you, a little something on the side, gig wise or a tax break or whatever you get. But I think part of a musician's union job should be saying, hey, these are the people that came before you. This is kind of where we come from here in the local, whatever number the local is. And, that should be, I think that should be their job. Maybe not their official job, but I think that should be part of their job. It's like, teachers teach kids how to be civil. They don't teach them how to just read and write. They kind of teach them how to sit up straight and be civil and not be an asshole kid. I think that's what the musicians union should do for people who join. Hey, look at all these resources we have.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
Tomorrow, the local musicians union is going to firebomb my house.
I mean,
You
really,
son of a bitch.
Have you even ever thought about joining the union? I haven't.
Is there really a union? I didn't even know there's a union. So there really is?
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
I was a member when I was playing, like I said, 50 weeks a year. I was a member because I felt like I should. I felt like I should. at that point, because I was making most of my money playing music. So I thought I should. And when I wasn't anymore, I didn't pay my dues. But I have been a member. I know quite a few players who are a member, too, that we all know.
Yeah. Well, I know. Yeah.
Wow.
I never have.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Watch your language.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I did not know that. All right, as we're rounding third and heading for home on this segment. I love you guys, but we do have another segment and a guest waiting. But we'll start with Dev. Christine, tell us upcoming gigs and places you plan on conquering in the next week or so.
Oh, you're cute. There's a St. Patrick's Day bash on Friday at Billiards Club, and that's going to be myself and Paul Culligan and Jack Risendine and the guys from Seeker. It is, all night long, just us getting together and doing the thing. And I think it's like $5 a door or whatever, but usual stuff, just keep watch. There's I've got a page on Facebook, Devereaux, and look it up. It's got all this upcoming gigs and whatnot. But that's pretty much it. That's the biggest one that's coming up right now.
What about that
Very
one
cool.
dude from that band 8 or something 8? I thought he was in that lineup. I'm sorry. That's going nowhere.
Let's go nowhere.
Why does everybody always have to get on the fucking girl?
Let me know. There was a Facebook post, and this guy got trashed. Listen to me. That was advertised. You were advertising that gig, and some dude from some band got on there and was. Yeah, I was making fun about that. He got trashed pretty good. He kind of disappeared. So.
Didn't his bandmates come online and start saying we're apologize for the things that me?
Yeah, they had to apologize for their stupidity.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Band guys are so stupid.
They're dumb.
Yeah.
Band
They're
guys.
God, they're stupid.
Stupid and dumb.
God, stupid.
God. All right. We heard Dev's upcoming schedule. Frank, I need confirmation. You're with me on an upcoming Monday night, and you and I gotta bug you. I gotta put the podcast ear or bug in your ear because I think you could. You're on. I think you could pull that off. Yeah. So
I think he's my replacement. Frank is my replacement.
No, because we talk. I want Frank. Frank's more. I want Frank. Frank can be more controversial. Greg, you don't like controversy. You shy away from it.
I do.
I
do.
I
know.
Frank.
Yeah.
It'd be a good counter.
Yeah. All right.
I'm the guy who only argues when he knows he's going to win.
Usually. Okay, it's usually. That's a big.
I will argue my ass off if I'm right. I will go to your mom's house and I will steal her car. I don't care what I have to do. I will be right and I will put it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm terrible.
Greg.
I'm the worst kind of person.
Yeah. We love you, Dev and
Well, thanks.
Frank. Yeah.
That's 2.
Good stuff
That's 3.
tonight, guys. Yeah. It's
Thanks for having us.
Always fun talking to you guys.
Why don't we do this every month? Why don't we do that every month? Why don't we talk as a foursome every month? Not as a foursome.
We got to figure it out.
People.
Yeah,
we should figure it out.
That's not as much fun for me.
We figured it out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you again.
All right. Good night, you guys.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Frank and Dev, Greg. Our second segment guest has been waiting patiently. I've turned his mic on. I've screened for his sound. He hears me okay. Let's welcome Kevin Hill, not to be confused with Kevin Hale, one of the co-hosts of this show. Kevin Hill, Caribou. Kevin, what's up, brother?
Hello. Hey, man. How's it going tonight?
Hey, Kevin. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Good to hear from you guys.
Yeah. Did you work hard today? Did you have to get off work early to do this? How'd you work this out?
No, man. I got off work early, right in time. It just worked out fine. So
good.
I'm glad to be able to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, thank you,
Kevin. Kevin Hale, when you hollered at me and said that we had a cancellation, the first person I thought of was Kevin Hill here, because I had known about the benefit that he is putting on.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Actually, for his daughter. And, you know, Kevin plays with Caribou, and I told him about a month ago that whenever the opportunity came up, when the benefit was getting close, that I would most certainly get him on to talk about what he's doing with the benefit, and to support, you know, his daughter and what she's doing, and also the awareness of what a lot of young teenagers and kids, you know, have to battle through the cancer and stuff. So that's the reason I hollered at Kevin and got him on here. So, you know, Kevin, if you want to cover the benefit, man, go right ahead and tell us what you got going on.
Well, can I interject? Can I interject? Let me interject, because and we're going to give the benefit info it's due. But I'm curious before we get into that. Let's get your background, because I did get to see you. Actually, I was at a benefit over, I think I want to say at Wicks, when you guys played a benefit out there, Caribou. But give us real quick your background, and then we'll go into the benefit.
Okay, man. Sure. Well, I started playing saxophone in the 5th grade, believe it or not, when music in the school system was vibrant. And, of course, we know that is not taking place much anymore. So I continued through middle school, through high school, went to the Youth Performing Arts School, went to the University of Louisville, studied in many jazz venues and genres. And with about 6 years ago, I started realizing that, man, I would really like to play in a horn section band. And sure enough, a good friend of mine, he had called me up, and I had turned him down because at the time I was raising 2 young children, so I wasn't able to do it. But the passion was always there. So a few years later, I got another call, and they said, hey, man, we're looking for somebody to play saxophone for Caribou, Louisville's premier rock and roll dance band. Would you want to be part of it? I said, absolutely, sign me up. So I haven't looked back since. We've had a wonderful time. I love playing with the horn section. I love interacting with the guys with music. I think I played many benefits for a lot of people, and never did I think that I was going to be one that needed to host a benefit of such matter. And I have found myself in that position, unfortunately.
Right.
That was just a bad situation. We about the benefit, we found out last September that my 17-year-old daughter had a bone disease called Ewing's sarcoma. And we didn't know anything about it except for she started to limp. And months went on, and a lot of folks, physical therapists, people considered it just to be arthritis. Well, that turned into stage 4 Ewing sarcoma, which started in her right pelvis, metastasized in her pancreas, her L3 spine, and in her shoulder. She's been receiving treatment at this point since September, and the treatment consists of chemotherapy, radiation, and blood transfusions, platelets, and I'm up at the hospital, and I'm watching all these young kids, children, and this particular one is my daughter. And I thought, what can I do? There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. The physicians have to do their work, and the nurses have to do their work, but what does the dad do? And I was asking myself that question, watching my daughter's hair fall out. Actually, I cut her hair. She asked me, hey, Dad, do you mind cutting my hair? And I'm like, sure, but it just about killed me. So anyway, I cut her hair. And I thought, what can I do? What can I do for this girl? And I thought to myself, man, you play benefits for everybody else. Why don't you try to get together a benefit for your daughter? And I thought, okay, that might be a good idea. So I started talking. First of all, I started with the bands. I was like, well, who do I get? Caribou will do it. I'm sure Caribou will do it. Okay. Who else do I get? So I met up with Soul Circus, and I told Mike Vest, who is their saxophone player. And he said, man, you just call me. You call us, we'll be there. I said, okay. And then I called another group that I personally also think they're awesome, is Southern Sirens.
Oh yeah,
that's that's Kelsey Lee, who was that she
Kelsey
on last
Lee's
week?
Fan.
Yeah,
last week. Yeah,
right, the drummer. Right, yeah, okay.
And so I asked those girls. They said absolutely, and I said okay. Well, I better get more bands than I need because I know how bands go, and sometimes we get gigs, and sometimes we get kind of busy. So I started asking this teenage band called Black Friday. They play Southern rock. They're a young group out of Mom's Music, and these kids are phenomenal. They do anything from Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, you name it, and they are amazing. And they said they would do it. And then there's actually a band. I work at UPS in Louisville, and there's a UPS band called Big Woody, and they're going to do it. And I thought, holy crap, I've got too many bands, because I honestly thought some would get busy and not be able to do it. But do you know, guys, everybody has stuck together. And I got 7 groups, including Guy Lee, who is the guitar player for Caribou, and his wife are going to sing also. And I don't want to forget Tim DeLonge. He is an acoustic tribute guy, and he does wonderful work, and he's going to play. So that's kind of how I got this thing started. I thought, what can I do to help my daughter? And therefore, that's how this benefit got started. And I started this in November of last year.
Well,
and
Kevin,
been working.
I want to add, man, that you know, my heart goes out to you, brother. And there's, you know, a lot of people out there that has to deal with this, but my heart goes out to you. And I have met your daughter, and she's a sweet girl, man, and you know,
a nice girl.
Yeah, and you know, we're all pulling for you. We're praying for her.
Man,
and
thank you so much.
And if a band, if something happens, anything happens with a band that can't make it or something, give me a call and I'll see what we can do.
Great,
but,
great.
It seems like everybody's pulling through though. That's great.
Man, everybody is pulling through amazing, and you know what? More so, the community is pulled in together. I've got Mike Maroney called me. I did not know Mike Maroney. He called me out of the blue and says, "What can I do to help you, Kevin?" And I thought, well, who is this guy? Then I get a phone call from a guy by the name of Dave Moody. And I'm like, who is Dave Moody? Well, you know, I found out that Dave Moody is the bass player for Billy Ray Cyrus. And he's with the AC/DC Thunderstruck tribute band. And I'm like, oh, well, this is what's going on.
His brother passed away a year or so
and
ago.
His brother passed away. That's right. With, I think it's stomach cancer, because when I was talking to Dave, he said stomach cancer. And he said, brother, what can I do for you? And I said, I don't think there's nothing you can do for me. I says, he says, can I call your daughter? Now, keep in mind, this is a guy that plays AC/DC heavy metal music. And
we know Dave.
Me,
yeah.
Can I talk to your daughter? And I'm like, sure, man. And do you know, Dave took time out of his day to talk to my daughter, and they talked about their dogs, their puppies.
He's an extremely positive guy, man. He's a real positive, uplifting guy.
Oh my gosh. And then, like I said, the community has pulled together people that I don't even know. For an example, I got a phone call one day. I was coming home from Cincinnati Children's Hospital for a consultation. And all of a sudden, I get this phone call at 11:30 at night. And this guy's like, hey, this is Kevin. Yeah, is this Kevin? I'm like, oh, not another prank call. Okay. It's like, no, this is Charlie. Yeah, this is Charlie. I need to speak to Kevin. I'm like, oh, okay, this is Kevin, man. What's up? You know, I just got back from Cincinnati. My daughter's got cancer. I know. I'd like to. He was explaining to me that he has wants to put together a poker run for my daughter. I have no idea who this guy was. So, guys, it's just been amazing how the bands have come together, how the community has come together. People I don't even know has come together for a girl that they don't even know. Wacky Radio is even going to advertise this event for me. I think they're going to start in the middle of March. And I would just like to invite all of your listeners that, number one, want to see my daughter beat this deadly monster called Ewing sarcoma. And what Ewing sarcoma is? Childhood bone cancer that only 250 kids get it per year in the United States of America. And just so happens my daughter says she was the lucky one.
You know, let me ask you,
yes.
Kevin, if we may, how is she doing? I know your Facebook post, she seems to be upbeat and dealing with it very well. How's she doing?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. She is doing wonderful with it. She has you hit the nail on the head when you said the smile. She has smiled through this whole thing. She's still going through treatment, And do you know the last treatment, or excuse me, the last scan that we have had? Do you know the cancer is gone? The doctors said we have no evidence of cancer in her body. Now, keep in mind, guys, in September, when she was diagnosed with this rare cancer, she had a 12-centimeter tumor wrapped around her pelvis, going to her buttock area, with 2 spots on her pancreas. The spots on her pancreas were small. Spots on her L3 vertebrae were small, and a golf ball size on her shoulder. Our last scan last Friday showed no evidence of cancer. So to answer your question, guys, she has been a trooper, and has a will to live and wants to live. And the doctors are simply amazed because they say only 20% of the children who get this disease live 2 to 5 years after they're diagnosed. The doctors told us, Abby, I think you might be the one to prove us wrong. So that's the fight. She is a fighter, and so right now she's
leave it to a female to prove us wrong.
Isn't that the truth, guys? Isn't that the truth? If we had to have children, there would be no children on this earth. I'm sure of it.
Right. Wow.
So that's great. That's great news. That's great news.
I'm gonna
wonderful.
I have to admit, Kevin, I was a little ignorant to this disease, and I'm actually pulled it up online and reading about it, and I do see how it is frequently with teenagers, young adults.
It sure is.
And the just the everything that's involved, where the common areas, as you mentioned.
Yes, it's a
pelvis,
bone. Yes,
right.
And for the listeners out there, this particular childhood cancer likes long bones and flat bones. Typically, it will start out in a shin. It will start out in an arm, or it loves the pelvis for some reason.
Yeah,
that's typically where it starts, are those big areas, and then it metastasizes everywhere else. So I would just like to give awareness to not only children's cancer of leukemia and osteosarcomas, but Ewing sarcomas, because it's rare. And I had no idea about this either, guys, until my daughter was affected by it.
When was she first? Say, I don't know if you said it, I missed it. When was she first diagnosed?
September.
She was September of last year, and to be exact, it was like September 7th of last year.
So it's been less than a year. So we're talking really
been
months.
Less than a year.
It's 6 months, 7 months. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah. And I tell you guys, the physicians up at now it was Kosare, now it's Norton Children's Hospital. The physicians are fantastic. The nurses are fantastic. The social workers are fantastic, and they have a heart for them kids. And do you know, most of all, when I go up there to visit my daughter, do you know the community brings food up to the families because they know the families cannot go out and get food. And I thought that was amazing.
Wow.
And I'll be honest with you, I never thought I would need that kind of service, guys. I never thought I would need this. But sometimes we don't always, like the old song says, you don't always get what you want. I didn't plan on this, but you get what you need.
Yeah.
So I put together a big event for her, and I would love for everybody to come out. It's going to be April 30th. And it's from 2 until 7 p.m. And like I said, I got 7 bands. Big Woody, Caribou, Soul Circus, Southern Sirens, Guy Lee and Frankie Lee, Black Friday, and Tim DeLonge. I'm providing pizza at the venue because I want this to be fun for everybody. In addition to that, we're going to have a car show outside. So if you guys know of anybody that has a classic car, please tell them about this event. They're going to have a poker run also. Inside, we're going to have cakewalks. We're going to have, we're even going to have a U of L and UAK cornhole tournament, okay? While the music is going on, okay?
You get Russ out there.
My buddy Russ.
So I just wanted to give a big shout out to you guys and to everybody who is listening and that would like to participate, or if they even want to help. I mean, I'm still in need of some help. some helpers. But the main thing is that I want Abby. This has turned into because I'll be honest with you, I started this in November. I had no idea if, number one, she would even still be living. I mean, I'm just being honest. I had no idea that would she even be able to go to a benefit. And now looks like I'm going to be doing a benefit/celebration.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Well, that's great. Well, we're going to continue to plug this thing for you, man, and
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Keep people aware of it, and we may even holler at you one more time, Jill, the week before or something, just to give you a couple of minutes to shout out again, because we want to help you make it big as well.
Guys, if you don't mind, let's do it again the week before. And just remember, if you guys need any help with anything or know of somebody that is in need of help, please let me know, okay? Because that is what we are for. Is we're to help people, okay?
Yeah.
And I've learned that more so going through this than I ever have.
Well, let me add something real quick too, because to your credit, Kevin, or actually it's a credit to the local music scene, is that since
yes it is.
I've been doing these shows, I've been people come on and promote benefits. So one thing that I have really been blown away of is how people genuinely support their fellow musicians for the cause. They give their time freely.
That's true.
So it's obviously it's a credit to you because the reality is that you're in need of something. You've been in a band that's is very well known, well liked. Right. You've done your all's part, so it's come full circle for you, and I'm happy that I'm happy for your daughter's doing well. Wish her the best. Yeah. So but this is how the music scene here in town does work, and that's another.
And I would like to add one thing to that. When I talked to my group Caribou, I said, "Man, is it okay if we use our PA system?" They said, "Sure."
Sure.
And not only that, our sound man has donated his time to run the sound for all 7 bands that day. Can you believe that, guys? Our sound guy says, "Hey, I want the bands to sound the best they can. I want to run the sound for everybody." And I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Because we all know how a good sound man is in all of our best interest.
Oh yeah. So it's all everybody just doing what they can to help, man. That's crazy.
Right.
And you knew the guys were going to offer the PA. You knew Caribou would do everything that they can.
I did.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't know because I've never been in this situation that I've had to ask. I'll just be honest with you. I've never had to ask for anything. Normally I'm the guy looking out there and watching everybody else enjoy the benefit while we're playing music, which is what we love to do as artists.
And
now
there's two things that I've gathered tonight talking to you guys. What I need to do if I ever have to, and I say this, I'm joking when I say this, but I'm not. It's a credit to you guys. I'm either gonna say I'm in need of something and I'm in the band Caribou, or I'm in need of something and I'm Greg Unthank, and they'll right away. Okay.
Or you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's go. No, finish.
Yeah, or you could call me and say, "Kevin, I need some help. Where are you at?"
Right. I know. I mean, it's amazing here. Right.
Yes,
but to Greg's point, we'll get you back on the week before, finish up
that would be awesome.
Promoting, and I'm going to actually reach out to you offline. I have an idea that I want to throw at you for another conversation. So I'll talk to you later about that. But man, best of luck. Yeah, best of luck. Let us know if you need anything, and we'll be promoting this like crazy between now and April 30th.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I just wanted to tell you I love you guys. I honestly do. And I want to thank all the Louisville musicians for having the hearts of gold. That's all I can say, guys. It's wonderful. It's wonderful.
You said a lot. Good deal. All right, Kev.
Wonderful.
Good to talk to you.
Okay.
Good to talk to you, brother.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
See you, buddy.
You too.
Good night, buddy.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Bye-bye. Night.
Yeah, Greg, once again, this is where, to do this show, you kind of in jest asked earlier if it kind of got old or whatever. I don't know how you said it with me. It's segments like this that remind me that, in some small way, this show can help or make a difference.
Yeah, it sure can.
And
Sure can.
I'm totally okay
Kevin
with
asked
that.
me, man. Kevin asked me earlier. He said, "Well, how many people are going to listen to this?" And I told him honestly, you and I have talked about. I really don't know the number. You know the numbers more than I do, but I told him, I said, we're getting more and more listeners every week. And I'm seeing a lot of response, and I talk to people out public, and I said, I think it will do you good to come on, and he was very excited to come on, and very excited, and I told him it will help, every little bit helps, but it really makes me glad to do something like this, to be able to help, that's
Absolutely.
Every time we do something like this.
Yeah, to me, this is a no-brainer. If we can spread good karma or help promote in any way, that's what this is all about. And chicks.
Good deal. Good show.
Groupies. Groupies. Yeah. All right, we're winding down. Let me plug some social media stuff. You can find our show on iTunes and YouTube. Subscribe there, please. Twitter at The Shooting Lip. My Twitter at KevinHale423. Greg is at Greg_Unthank. You can also like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Shooting from the Lip. Reminder, this Saturday, Greg Unthank and Spare Change Millionaires will be rocking Gerstels. Showtime is what, 10, Greg? Is that right?
Oh, we try to start between 9 and 10, yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
And always, people, support local music. The local music scene here is killer. A lot of good bands, a lot of good people doing their thing, giving time and energy to do something they love and to perform for people just because they want to. Tonight, Greg, Christine Devereaux, Frank Green, great first segment. Mm-hmm. Very cool to meet Kevin Hill, Caribou, second segment. Any parting words as we shut it down?
One thing, Kevin Hill is a great sax player.
If
you get a chance.
Him and Vest, Mike Vest. Yeah, those two.
Mike Vest. Oh, yeah, man. I mean, gosh, yeah. Yeah, it's been great playing with them both, so yeah. That's my party.
There's a part of me, and let me throw this, because when I asked Kevin tonight, when did it all begin? I think he said 5th grade. For me, in 4th grade, I started playing saxophone. From 4th to 9th grade. Do you realize tonight, if I would have stayed on course, it would have been Kevin Hill, Mike Vest, and Kevin Hale who played killer sax? But no, it's just
there you go.
Hill and Vest.
Well, did you also catch that he said he went to Youth Performing Arts?
He did, which would have meant he went to Manual. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of we had the South End covered tonight, didn't we? South End representing.
You can't get away from it.
No. All right, Greg. Good show.
Just like me and my son say, you can't stop a train. You can't stop a train.
You can't stop a train. You can't. All right, for Greg Unthank, Kevin Hale, wishing everyone a great Tuesday night, pleasant Wednesday. Again, support local music. Greg, probably will see you over the weekend, brother. It's always good hanging out.
I'll be there.
All right, peace out, man.
At no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.